All right, so today I'm gonna do something different. I've been wanting to do this series for a long time where I'll go over the fragrances I wore last week, give you an update on how they lasted, how long they projected, and so forth. And what I wanna do is I did 2 intense work trips in 2 weeks, so I'm gonna go over those fragrances. So I went through all the videos because if I'm honest, I forgot what I wore. And it looks like I wore Gucci Guilty Elixir a lot. I wore Game of Spades Win. I wore Harmony's Michelangelo, Louis Vuitton Lovers, Trino 22, Vanilla X Plum, Amber Oud Gold, Oasis Mist, and then I wore Le Mans Elixir one day, but it was a second fragrance, so I didn't actually film that one. So let's go over these fragrances. So right off the bat, Game of Spades Win, amazing fragrance, smells very similar to Greenwich Village from Bond Number 9. Great performance, I get like 8, sometimes 9 hours with it. It's a beautiful sweet fragrance. Now, if you don't like sweet fragrances, you may say it's too feminine leaning. I think it's a perfect fragrance, perfect unisex, highly recommend it. Love the performance, and you're paying like 50 bucks at Joma Shop for Game of Spades Win versus like $300 for Greenwich Village. Kind of a no-brainer. Amber Oud Gold, for those you don't know, it's another clone. This one is by Alharamain, and it smells just like Herba Pura from Xerjoff. Beautiful sweet fragrance. Very similar to the previous fragrance though. If you think sweet fragrances are not masculine and that guys can't wear sweet fragrances, you're gonna think it's too feminine and just skip it. On the other hand, if you're like me and you like sweet fragrances, you might like it. And again, it's a very good fragrance. I think it's about 45 bucks for the fragrance. I have the extreme version. Smells phenomenal, lasts like 8 hours easily. Perfect sweetness. And both those two fragrances, they have great sillage. They waft up in the air perfectly. Highly recommend both. Oasis Mist is a brand new fragrance I just got from the company. They sent it to me to check it out. It is, I keep saying like the new PDM. And the reason I say that is they're taking Invictus, like say Platinum or Legend style fragrance, beautiful sweet fragrance, but they're enhancing it. They're making it a niche fragrance that smells better, has better performance, better longevity. I'm getting about 8 hours easy with it, which again, I'm not saying that's amazing with Invictus, but the richness. The actual richness of that fragrance is phenomenal. It's got better depth to it. I love it. And at Joma Shop, I saw it for about $56. On their website, I think you're looking at about $84, but still, great fragrance. I liked it a lot. Wore it on my way to Orlando, actually, on that trip. Now we're going into the heavy hitters. So Vanilla X Plum. Oh, I love it. I keep telling people, Vanilla X Plum is what Herba Pura should have been. It's a beautiful sweet fragrance, but the vanilla blends and balances that sweetness a lot better than Herba Pura does. Herba Pura is just sweet, sweet, sweet. Vanilla X Plum, on the other hand, that vanilla makes the plum sweetness very wearable. Great performance, great projection. 8, sometimes 10 hours of performance with this fragrance. It's an extrait de parfum. It smells amazing. It's got great sillage. I love it. It's a great fragrance. Highly recommend it from the House of Harmony. And it's actually a brand new fragrance. It might make my top 20 or top fragrances for 2024. We'll see. Louis Vuitton Lovers is my favorite Louis Vuitton fragrance. Louis Vuitton Lovers smells phenomenal. It opens up with a beautiful green, kind of like a green field with like a nice cedar forest next to it with nice sweetness underneath. Once it dries down, the sweetness takes over and it basically flips. Now it's a beautiful sweet fragrance with a nice green woody undertone to it. It performs like a beast. It lasts a long time. It smells luxurious. It smells rich. It smells like you paid for high quality. It doesn't smell like any other fragrance out there that I know of. I'm not saying there isn't a single fragrance like it, but from what I've smelled, it is super unique. Highly recommend it. For Louis Vuitton, when you're paying, I think I paid $330 for the fragrance. You're paying a lot of money, but you know what? I thought it was worth it. That's why it's the only one I've actually bought so far. Trino 22 is one of my top favorite fragrances in the world. Like one of my top favorites. I love it. And from Xerjoff, definitely one of my top 2. I think it's Symphonium and Trino 22 are the top 2 that everyone should get. Amazing fragrance. Trino 22 is kind of like BR 540 and Angel Share had a love child. Like it's insane. It's 2 high quality fragrances combined into one. I'd say it's more on a fresh Angel Share than the BR 540, but it has those hints of BR 540 for sure. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's one of my favorite fragrances. I'm getting 8 hours easily, sometimes 10. I say 8 for a lot of fragrances because I feel like after 8, either A, I go nose blind, or B, I'm just not looking for the fragrance anymore. But 22, you're getting what you paid for. I found it for $176 online at Joma Shop. Like, it's not that expensive. It's a great fragrance. I think everyone should get a bottle of it. It is stupid good. Highly recommend Trino 22. Harmony Michelangelo is one of my newest fragrances. It's one of the newest fragrances from Harmony. It is insanely good. It is a coconut and wine fragrance. I know that sounds weird as a combination, but it works perfectly. Highly recommend it. I got 25 hours the first time I wore it, I kid you not. And if I hadn't topped it off, I might have even gone longer than 25 because it wasn't dying at 25. It was still good. I just topped it off so I could experience that opening again. Wish I would spray on the other arm so I could have seen how long the first wear went. Oh, it is a tropical, beautiful fragrance. You can wear it on vacation. You could wear it to church. You could wear it on a plane. You could wear it anywhere you want. It is versatile to the max, mass appealing, unique. I don't know of anything out like it. It's insanely good. Highly recommend it. If you want it, you have to go to Harmony's website, which is xarmony.net, harmony.net. And then finally, Gucci Guilty Elixir. It's quickly becoming a favorite of mine. I love the fragrance. It smells like a modern version of Le Male, the original, but with just a beautiful modern take to it. It smells better, it has better depth to it, it has more going on. It smells classy, it smells sexy, it smells like easy, very versatile to wear. Like whatever you want it to be, I feel like the fragrance will do that for you. If you want a classy fragrance, it'll work. If you want a sexy fragrance, it'll work. If you want a date fragrance, it'll work. A bar fragrance, it'll work. An office fragrance, it'll work. You name it, that fragrance does it. It is insanely good. It smells very luxurious and rich. And it's $180 online or at stores. However, if you look online, Joma Shop had it for $110, which again, 70 bucks is a big discount. So you could basically get it for the cost of just a regular designer, but it smells like you're getting a very good private line designer. So highly recommend it. Of those fragrances, my top three would be, this is a tough one. I wore Gucci Guilty the most, so it'll make top three, Gucci Guilty, Elixir. I'm gonna go Louis Vuitton Lover next because of how much it performed, how long it projected. It lasted all day. Like we're talking 12 hours with that fragrance and it was still pumping. It was spectacularly good. And then I'll go Michelangelo as the winner because again, 25 hours, very versatile, very mass appealing, easy to wear. It's just the best. And that's leaving out Chanel 22. That's leaving out Game of Spades, Win, Oasis Mist. There's so many good fragrances I have to leave out. But you know, I think for performance alone, I have to go with those three. Chanel 22 worked, but it didn't project and last as long as the other ones. I actually think I had to go top off on 22 when I wore it that day. But again, great fragrance, highly recommend it. It'll last all day at the office or whatever you need it to last for, unless you're talking like a 12, 14 hour event, in which case you might need to top off. But again, that's my rotation. That's what I wore over 2 trips.